And the energy that's coming in from September into October is the Queen of Swords. So an air sign like yourself, it could also be you, is popping up. And but I think it's more so, since it's the energy that's coming in, that somebody from September is really going to be playing a role in your life in October as well. Like you're carrying them forward. And so it could be a Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini. Oh, and I'm doing a different spread. Let me know how you like it. Nine of Swords reversed, the Fool reversed, Knight of Cups, Three of Discs reversed. Then we have the Six of Cups reversed, Temperance, Knight of Wands reversed, Queen of Cups, Three of Wands reversed, and the Seven of Wands reversed. In all honesty, Libra, you have the most reversals out of all the signs. Okay. So we have a little bit of blockages, is what we could kind of call them. So, sometimes it's really positive, but in this reading, it definitely feels like a block. Okay. All right. So these two cards right here, the Fool reversed and the Nine of Swords reversed. All right. So the first energy I got from it is you kind of being flippant about a situation, about not putting enough energy or thought into a relationship or a situation with somebody else. And so you're kind of just blowing it off in a way, like, oh, it's not anything to worry about. It's nothing of importance, when in actuality it is. And it is something that you actually need to look at and really put some heartfelt thought into. And so, like, because the Fool here, it's the first card of the tarot, and so it's really a new beginning. It's light, it's bright, it's the unknown. It's not knowing where you're going. But in the reverse, it's in this situation, it's like you don't care where you're going, and so you're not putting in the work to go where you want to go. Like there's no real excitement about it. There's no anger about it. It's just being there. And so I have this Knight of Cups popping up too. And with this Knight of Cups, they're trying to help you. They're trying to help you find your path. They're trying to help you find your way. And they're also kind of veering you away from this King of Wands who's in the reverse. And this is an air sign. So that's Aries, Sagittarius, Leo energy. And they're not in the highest of energy. They're working from a low vibration. And this Knight of Cups is kind of warning you, like, if you don't really put the time and effort into what you're doing, and if you are just going through the motions because you just don't feel compelled, you don't feel motivated, like, in a way, I feel like you've lost your muse, you've lost your reason to create and to make beauty. And this Knight of Cups is coming in to say, hey, you better get back on that track, because people are noticing that you're not doing anything anymore. And so you're not doing what you used to do. And you're just kind of not necessarily slacking, but I feel like, Libra, you're actually feeling overwhelmed and you just can't care as much as you used to, because it's taken its toll on you. And so you're kind of like wishing for the good old days in a way, like, because the Six of Cups is in reverse. And so it's like, looking to the past and going either, there's actually two ways of looking at this. Looking to the past and thinking, oh gosh, that was so amazing, I'll never have that again. Or also looking to the past and going, oh gosh, that was horrible, I never want to be there again. All right, and so with this Temperance energy that's popping up right here, the Sagittarian energy, it's like you gotta find that balance. You gotta be active in it. You gotta be active in your change instead of sitting back and resting on your laurels and not worrying about the situation that needs your help and needs your assistance. Okay, and know that, there's some conflicting people happening in your life. Like the fire sign is picking fights with you for no reason, is picking fights just to fight with you. But at the same time, we have the Queen of Cups right next to you to support you, to love you, say, now, it's okay. But also the Queen of Cups still is linked to this Three of Discs that is in reverse. And so she's also saying, and this could be a she or he, Libra, what happened? Where are you? This is not who you are, what you're doing, being, not caring. And I think the reason why you're doing that is you just don't see a future. You don't see a future in your work or in a relationship. It's just there. You're just going through the motions because that's what you're supposed to do. And so you're not even putting up a fight, even though it's not what you want. It's like there is a situation in your life, whether it's a relationship, a job, housing, whatever it is, that you don't want and you don't want to be a part of, but you're not doing anything about it. You're just staying in it because it's comfortable, because you know it. And it's, it could be you're doing this because of a past issue, and you're like, I will never go back to that situation again. I will be better than that. Nope. I will just stick this out because it's not that bad. It's okay. It doesn't make me sing. It doesn't make me feel complete, but at least I'm not broken. So in October, really look at what you're doing and what you want to do and start to ask and manifest situations and people in your life that actually raise your vibration, not just vice versa, you raising everyone else. And if you are found in a situation where you're like, yeah, I'll get it done. And it's a big deal to everyone. Let's say like a banquet. You and some friends are putting on a banquet, and it's to raise money for, the earthquakes in Mexico. And all your friends are pushing, getting donations, doing everything they can. And you're like, yeah, it'll get done. It's fine. It'll happen either way. So why are you worried? They actually need you to be there physically, mentally, emotionally present. Okay? Because you could really change the situation. You could really make it better, and you could really make it worse. You are you are the teeter-totter this month. So stay active in your life. Don't sit back and watch it go by. Okay, so let's pull a Tarot of a Moon Garden card. This is a new deck for me. And I just pulled the Major Arcana out of the deck just to bring this reading all together. Death. Yep. The Death card. Okay. Which is interesting because in all my readings for October, we got like the Ten of Swords or Devil. Ten of Swords, Devil. Ten of Swords, Devil. And then you get Death, which, is still, it has that negative connotation like the other two. But this, you got to care, all right? This nonchalant, flippant kind of feeling that you have towards something, that needs to go. That needs to go, and you need to start building and growing again. And I feel like a heart pain for you, Libra. Like I feel like a heartache, like a loss. So Libras, some of you Libras may have lost somebody in the last year that you really loved and really cared for. Or it could be a very old wound that you're still healing. But I do feel like this is stemming from a loss of someone, stemming from a loss of a relationship. And I do feel like in some regards, not necessarily that they physically did, but they died to you, like they are dead to you. But that doesn't mean they actually died, but for some it is. And so it's like you have to let that go. And Libra, I feel like this is like the common thread for you for month after month after month is you are not your past, Libra. And I feel like you are exhausted and you have been pushing forward. And when you push forward, you give 120% and then get burnt out. But when you are burnt out, people are still watching. And so I think we're on that part of the cycle of you is that you're feeling burnt out. You're feeling fine. Yeah. I'll get it done, And so you have to find that muse. You have to find that inspiration again.